Hello and good morning, LinkedIn and YouTube. It has been a long time since I created any video, and this morning I wanted to briefly showcase a prototype I created earlier this year with Pavan Kumar in regards to data centers, electrical infrastructure, electrical one lines, integrating supervisory control and data acquisition systems with 3D models, and kind of showcasing integrating this with the Microsoft Mixed Reality Toolkit on the MetaQuest 2. But more broadly and briefly, before I get into that video, I want to discuss something very important in regards to disruptive innovation and adopting technology. Right now in the world, I've never seen a more accelerating transformational paradigm across every single vertical market that I look into and investigate. I mean, virtual reality is taking off. The new MetaQuest Cambria is coming out. It's for $1,500. Apple's going to release the Reality One in January of next year. There's various other headsets and technologies, including augmented reality, that is starting to really take off in certain types of areas. We also have autonomous navigation, the electrification of the power grid, energy storage, all these types of artificial intelligence with open AI, machine learning algorithms that is completely transcending the art world and will start to come into the developer world and even production ready environments. So my major focus here is to communicate the importance of adopting new technology within your organization. I often see this in larger organizations, and that analogy is you have this very large ship, this Titanic. It's very difficult to move versus smaller, more agile ships that can move very quickly. This is kind of that analogy. Huge organizations, massive corporations are starting to feel the heat, that competition from smaller companies that are able to move very quickly and adopt technology and take advantage and capitalize. That's important. Capitalize on the areas that the larger organizations are not willing to look at because they're looking in the past for their success instead of looking broadly throughout the organization and the world to see areas of technology that they can adopt today to include virtual reality training. I spoke about that earlier this year. We created a massive metaverse training platform for a data center company called Jones Lang LaSalle, and there's many others out there also doing similar types of activities. But it isn't just in virtual reality. There's so many different areas, including data analytics and the way that people use information that you can augment your staff. So let's go ahead and get into that video where I'm showing you this very brief prototype. I'll talk about supervisory control and data acquisition systems, BMS systems, electrical one lines, the electrification of the power grid, electric propulsion, and a few other ideas that I have along the way. Thank you so much.
Hello and welcome back. So our true intention, our goal here within 48 hours of prototyping this application was to import an electrical one-line drawing and then overlay 3D models from a SCADA, supervisory control and data acquisition system, building management system, or an existing PLC, into this system. So electrical engineers and mechanical engineers could view 3D models within a safe production environment within the virtual reality headset. So we wanted to use this little slate scroll by hand and overlay from the automatic transfer switch. We have a 1000 kW load bank there going back through the switchgear, paralleling over both of these generators, and just using simple hand tracking from the Mixed Reality Toolkit 2.7 at the time, be able to kind of scale these pieces of equipment. And traditionally, and anybody who works within the industry knows this, being able to train on this equipment out in the field is very difficult. There's a lot of safety programs you have to adhere to and complete to even enter the trailer, to enter the facility, but also collaborating with individuals on what this system looks like, what to look for within troubleshooting mechanisms, even how to replace certain types of pieces of equipment, how to identify arc flash and the boundaries within. So there were so many different characteristics that we were attempting to showcase here, and we actually accomplished that mission. We were very proud of this prototype. But more broadly, this type of application, within SCADA systems and data centers and critical infrastructure, I believe is just about to take off. Especially within, like I said, energy generation and energy storage systems. So there's megawatts of systems being installed all over the world right now, and there's thousands of companies that are creating new types of SCADA, BMS, remote monitoring systems. And imagine to be able to import a 3D twin of the entire facility in an environment like this and zoom into that specific piece of equipment and maybe even this specific Ethernet port or or area of concern, and then zoom in on it and showcase and collaborate with this on other engineers around the world. It's unbelievable. And I think it's just about to really transform all of these different, I would say, not only electrical mechanical systems, but mostly predictive analytics and even insurance areas. Like insurance companies will say, listen, if you're able to zoom in and actually see this equipment, from a NERF, a 3D model in real time, or something that's already been previously captured via photogrammetry or other 3D model that was created by a 3D artist, and then you're overlaying and importing that information from TCP, Modbus, information coming in from the SCADA, BMS, or PLC, it's going to be an amazing way to create value for your clients. And we actually did this for other ways too. We did these large generators. We were doing the kind of the same thing where we wanted to showcase, okay, listen, we had this large 2 megawatt generator. We want to scale this up. And now we kind of have a lineup here, which is a reflection of what you see here. And that's our true goal, our true dream, was kind of sharing these ideas, always using your imagination to inspire other people, to empower them with knowledge and wisdom. And I think that's one of the best ways, within an organization as a leader, to provide value to your team and to the client, to the customers, and honestly, and to prevent any kind of safety related issues, moving forward. I think that's one of the biggest issues we have within data centers isn't just the outage. It's going out and repairing the equipment and basically putting it back online. If you can run through these types of simulations and virtual reality and then reflect on that, do quantitative and qualitative assessments on your engineers and technicians, and then reflect on that later on and give them assessments to see where they are. It's the most amazing thing. And I'm so proud to kind of showcase these kinds of ideas. I want to thank Pavan for his amazing 48 hours and helping me create this idea. We created hundreds of other prototypes as well, but more broadly, that's what I wanted to showcase to you this morning and give you some inspiration within your organization. And do not be afraid to prototype. Do not be afraid to fail fast, to break things, because that's really the best way to break through the ice, to break through that ceiling within your organization, but also to stave off the competition that's right at the door. Thank you guys so much. Hope you have a wonderful day.